I was going over my takeaways from the 2025 World of Outlaws season and came across some noteworthy statistics. So I figured I'd pass them along as interesting talking points on today's edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9. Before we go inside the numbers, you can purchase a year's subscription to SprintCarUnlimited.com at a 20% discount now through January 1st. Just use the coupon code HOLIDAY2025 at checkout, and you can take advantage of all our exclusive content, including breaking news, a weekly podcast, race coverage, opinion pieces, and much more for just $28. There was a 20-year period when beating the World of Outlaws was a rare occurrence. Sure, you would get a local in central Pennsylvania or maybe someone in California pulling the upset, but for the most part, it was an Outlaws world, and the independents in the different regions were just living in it. That's changed over the years, especially in the last 5 seasons. Non-Outlaws regulars are winning at more than a 20% clip against the traveling band, and that continued in 2025 thanks to the trio of Anthony Macri, Rico Abreu, and Kyle Larson, who each had 4 wins apiece against the series. But before we look at this past season, a total of 71 World of Outlaws main events have been won by drivers outside the series from 2021 through 2024. That's a huge number when you consider the talent with the Outlaws. Guys like David Gravel, Donnie Schatz, Carson Macedo, Brad Sweet for a couple of seasons, and more. So let's focus on this past season. There were 68 events run, and 17 of them were claimed by non-platinum members. As I said earlier, Abreu, Larson, and Macri accounted for 12 of them, with Ryan Timms, Dale Blaney, Brad Sweet, Chase Dietz, and Corey Day scoring single wins to boost the total to 17, or 25% of the races this season. The biggest Outlaws killers over the last 5 years are, of course, Kyle Larson and Rico Abreu. This pairing has racked up 34 of the 87 wins in that time frame, which is a hefty 39%. But the other independents, guys like Chase Dietz and Ryan Timms, they're also improving. And before you say it, or even think it, the Outlaws aren't worse, even with High Limit in the fold. Look, there's just more money out there, and the non-touring teams have no choice but to get better in order to get a slice of that pie. And they're starting to show it on the track. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9, and we'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned.